And so the world is full of a lot of people criticizing everything, showing how smart they are by decomposing. Either I'm going to tell you how bad the world is in 99 chapters, or I'm going to tell you, how bad your idea is in 37 different points. But no one's offering a solution. And so in the absence of a solution, you're just generating noise.
Today we have Michael Saylor on the future of Bitcoin and the issues in the crypto industry we're seeing unfold in the last part of the year. Saylor believes that there is a government monopoly to control all currency, so whether it's collectibles or Bitcoin, property is your long-term store of value. The problem with currency in the long run is that even the strongest coin will lose 99.9% of its value over the next 100 years. Money all over the world is losing up to 40% of its value now. And the only reason there is no panic in the US is because the CPI is being manipulated to create the lowest possible inflation number. Let's check out this interview with Michael Saylor as he gives his take on how to manage digital assets like Bitcoin versus all other stores of value in the last part of 2023. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you enjoy the content we do here on this channel.
You need to separate the state from the economy. Satoshi saw the problem. Right, when you say separate the money from the state, it's the same thing. You can't have a free economy without a free currency. And if you have a free currency or a currency with integrity, you will get a free economy, right? And you'll get all these things. So they're kind of the same thing. Government's not the solution, government's the problem, right? And so the best part of the conservative movement was get the government out of the lives of the people. On the progressive side, I can find lots of progressive politicians that say, the government shouldn't be in your bedroom telling you how to act, right? So there are people on the left that think the government is the problem. There are people on the right that think the government is the problem. The capitalist movement used to be about letting the free markets function, right? So all of these people, they all have this similar theme embedded in the heart of their ideology. But in the absence of a technology solution, there is no way you can constructively channel all the energies of the people. Regardless of your ideology, right? The world starts to be a better place. It's like a pyramid. There's 100 things you think. There's 10 things that you do in order to make a living or get on with your life. And there's one thing you can probably say. And you should figure out what that one thing is. Because when you get out of your lane and you get off message, it becomes dysfunctional. So like, I don't wade into politics. It's above my pay grade, right? I don't see it's very constructive to criticize the 100 things in the world that I can't change. I have private opinions about them, but ultimately, I think that the question is, what can you do that is constructive? Like, go about your life in a cheerful and constructive way. And if you have these 100 opinions, right, then you want to ask yourself the question, what can you do in order to make the world better across these 100 dimensions? Maybe you'll do 10 things, and then maybe you'll say one thing. What I have observed is generally when you start to say 2, 3, or 4 things, you accomplish nothing, right? In fact, this would be my advice generally, to people in the modern world. You see it in politics, right? Like if you're a politician and you stand for something, you need to stay on message. And if you start to drift off message, right, you get torn to pieces from either wing of your own party, the opposite party, etc. And that's the challenge.
One of the strategies Saylor suggests is if you're in an inflationary environment to convert weak property into strong property. That's why Saylor says that Bitcoin is the greatest asset in human history because of the value it holds. His long-held belief is that Bitcoin is a better investment than fiat currency, and his company, MicroStrategy, has made Bitcoin its primary asset in its treasury reserve position.
What if Goldman Sachs posts on Twitter, on their Twitter account, and they post, well, we think we're about to double our profit. We just announced it. Or we're going to quadruple our profit next year. We're raising guidance. Okay, and the stock trades up $50 billion. Okay, a lot of money changes hands. So what if I hacked their account and I posted that? Could that happen? Yeah. Do blue checks get hacked? I just told you 10 got hacked right in front of my face today, right? Yeah, they get hacked all the time. Okay, so that's kind of interesting. But now the question is, why wouldn't Goldman Sachs be willing to post $10 million worth of Bitcoin as a security deposit when they want to represent their avatar in cyberspace? How much money does a bank spend on the corner of New York City to represent that they're stable? Have you ever seen the Goldman Sachs building in New York or the Bank of America building? In fact, I think it's axiomatic. The nicest building in every city in America is a bank building. Just about, right? And so bank shows up in a hometown and they build a $100 million building to show that they're stable and reputable. And you walk into the building and you see the vault and you see the marble, etc. Okay, so if you want to spend $100 million in the real world to show stability, would you do it in the cyber world? Sure you would. But the issue is there are no consequences in the cyber world if you're posting credit. You have to actually post money. Yeah, you have to post the actual commodity, or in this case, the actual scarcity. So what Satoshi did was Satoshi made it possible to create, to monetize data. And I got two problems, right? If I put $10 million into the bank account, well, the dollars are losing 7% of their value a year in a good year. So the dollar is going to lose 99% of its energy in 100 years. The bank's not going to last 100 years. And what you've got is you've stacked counterparty risk. You've got the counterparty risk of the nation state on top of the counterparty risk of the state, on top of the counterparty risk of the regulator of the bank, on top of the counterparty risk of the bank, on top of the counterparty risk of the person that runs the bank, on top of the counterparty risk of the currency in the bank. You know, there's 7 or 8 layers of risk. You're not going to get 100 years. You'll be lucky to get 20 years, 30 years. So what you want to do is alleviate all that, and you want to finance the entire thing with pure monetary energy floating in cyberspace. And that's what Bitcoin is. So I think what I'm saying when I point this out is there's $400 trillion of monetized physical assets like real estate and gold and silver and bonds. That's monetized because no one had a better choice. You didn't have an option to monetize something in cyberspace. So Satoshi creates digital property. And if you create digital property, something that will hold value in cyberspace, you created digital matter, and you created digital energy, and you created digital money. People use their house as a savings account, right? They used to use gold as money and now they don't, but I chop it into a coin, maybe it would be again. So these are all just different aspects of each other, depending upon how fast you're vibrating.
The traditional investment landscape, as Saylor asserts, has been shaken by economic volatility and uncertainties. The conventional wisdom of relying on bonds, stocks, or property for wealth preservation has come under scrutiny due to unprecedented circumstances. What do you think about Michael Saylor's opinion on where digital and fiat money is currently heading in today's financial landscape? Comment down below. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more content just like this. We'll see you in the next video.